and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome back to the channel, guys. It's always nice here to come back after a big win, and an encouraging one at that. Yesterday's 4-0 win against Dynamo, it was not only an important victory, not only was it there 3 more points on the board in the Champions League, but it was more than that. And it was more than that because of those young players, because of that nucleus of the team, which was really fresh, exciting, vibrant, all things that over the past few seasons we have lacked at Barcelona. We're going to be talking about some of the main protagonists from yesterday's performance, from the likes of Oscar Mingueza, from Carles Aleñá, Riqui Puig, of course, making an important appearance for him. But we are also going to be discussing the season so far and some of the struggles from Francisco Trincao. It's all coming up in today's video, so let's do it. But I just want to start here by pointing something out. Aside from these exciting young players and aside from the performance, I want to talk here about the fact that we won in the Champions League and how significant that was. Not only there to keep us at the top of the table, which is of course exactly what we want in the group stage, but we also have to bear in mind here, guys, that in the Champions League group stage, every single time you win, every result you get paid accordingly. Which means that every single win in this competition so far this season, it's brought Barcelona €2.7 million, whereas a draw is just €900,000, and that's a big difference. And going into yesterday's game, you may say there, what does it matter? 2.7 million, it's nothing for a club like Barcelona, but you know what? Right now, in the situation we're in, literally every euro counts. And so far, 4 wins out of 4 in the Champions League. It's a very good start in this competition for Ronald Koeman, earning Barcelona 10.8 million from wins alone. We're now through to the round of 16, which gives us another 9.5 million. And like I say, in our current financial state, it's worth pointing out. And I do just want to touch on there the fact that we have been perfect in the Champions League this season, and it was pointed out after the game that after 4 matches in the Champions League, we have more points now in that competition than we have in La Liga after double the amount. In La Liga, we played 8 games, we have just 11 points in the Champions League. We have a perfect record in what is Europe's most prestigious competition, and I just want to get your thoughts really on exactly what you make of that. What would you think about this season if, you know what, we weren't good in La Liga? Let's say here that yes, we get top 4, we are going to secure Champions League, hopefully that's going to be the case, but what if we don't challenge for the title this season, but we're brilliant in the Champions League? What if we have a really serious run, we make it deep in that competition? Would you sacrifice a league season for that? Because over the past few years, it's been the opposite. We've been very consistent, very good, very dependable in La Liga, but in the Champions League, the wheels have fallen off. What would your reaction be if this season, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm not saying that I want it to happen particularly, but what would your reaction be if that does end up being the case? But of course, guys, we do have to talk about some of those exciting young performers from Barcelona last night, with all of the Spanish media very much focusing on that youth and the vibrance in the team sport there, talking about how Plan B is very exciting, MD speaking about a revolution in the lineup from yesterday's win, and certainly there, the man that we have to come to first, and the man that we simply have to talk about, it's Oscar Mingueza, the centre-back there who was thrown in at the deep end, and I really do mean that there, making your debut not only in the Champions League, that's big enough as it is, but in a Champions League away game when, look, everything was to play for. Let's not make out here like yesterday's game was a dead rubber, like everything was already decided and we were just playing there for the sake of it. We needed that win to stay top of the group, to seal our qualification, and Mingueza came in. Did he show any sign of nerves? No, he didn't. He was so calm, composed. He looked like a real leader in that team, and it was very encouraging there to see him from that very first minute. He was flying into tackles. He was so involved in everything we were doing defensively. He wasn't scared to get tight to his man. He wasn't scared there to make the challenge, to go and take a risk. And I thought he was very refreshing in a defence this season at Barcelona that's not been good. We have not been solid in a defensive sense, but he was very impressive. And of course, a big part of Martin Braithwaite's goal as well, with that important flick on Anthony at post. And I think Mingueza can go away from this game so happy with what he's done so far. And I can understand exactly why people are so excited about him. But of course, as we're going to say here, for all of these young players, it's still early days. Mingueza here has come in, he started really well, he's shown really encouraging signs. I'm sure we're going to see him again at the weekend, but of course, we've got to keep those expectations realistic. look, it is just one game. Now we want to see him continue to follow that up, continue to grow in stature in this team. And looking at the way that he played yesterday and the dominance that he had, he shouldn't find that any problem whatsoever. Another player as well that I certainly do want to talk about is a man in midfield there, Carles Aleñá, who is making a really important start. And it wasn't the fact here that he just started the game on Tuesday night, but it was also the fact that he finished the game. He played 90 minutes of football there, and I thought that he did very, very well throughout the game. And I think, to be honest, after the game, he pretty much summed it up. He said, I feel like a footballer again. This is what I want to be doing. And he loved every second of it. And I think that showed in his performance. I think he was calm in midfield. I think he was composed. I think he did a really good job there of adapting to that pivot position. We know that Ronald Koeman's system is not going to suit every single player, and we know that Ronald Koeman is very specific about what he wants from players, and I think Aleñá did really, really well. He kept things moving, and also, he was one of those players who was actually looking at times to take that risk. In the first half there, I thought he created an absolutely brilliant opening. It was a good pass there, in behind the defence. Unfortunately, there was a bit of a coming together between Firpo and Coutinho. Neither of them really took on the chance, and in the end, Firpo let the move dwindle away. But I think Aleñá, in terms of his passing, in terms of the accuracy, in terms of his calmness on the ball, it was a good sign from him, and I was just happy to see a player like him, who does deserve the minutes, finally getting some chances. And of course, exactly the same when Riqui Puig came on in the final stages. But of course, what we want to see from him, along with those exciting celebrations, he is always giving 100%. Every second that he's out there, he is really, really ramping up that tempo, ramping up the energy. That is what you want from any player in a Barcelona shirt. But of course, when it comes to Puig, we still want to see more of him. And of course, guys, we have spoken in a lot of detail in the match review about Sergiño Dest, who was quite simply sensational down that right-hand side. I thought by far and away he was the man of the match, in my opinion. Going forward, he was a constant danger to Dynamo Kyiv, and he could have easily ended the game, not just with one goal, but he had another shot at the end there, just about go over the bar when he was losing balance, and he also could have had an assist as well, when it was a brilliant cutback that found Riqui Puig in the box, but it was just fired over there by the midfielder, and I thought Dest was absolutely superb. But I want to talk also about his partner there on the right-hand side, Francisco Trincao. Now, I do think personally that on the day, Trincao did link up very, very well with Sergiño Dest. He allowed him there space on that right-hand side. I think they complement each other really, really well, because quite often Trincao will look to cut inside on that left foot. Dest is happy to go on the outside. So I think they do work very, very well together, and Trincao was feeding Dest at every opportunity he got. But of course, many Barcelona fans right now not really happy with what they've seen so far from this man, Francisco Trincao. Now, what I want to say first of all is that he's 20 years old. This is not an experienced player. This is not somebody who's used to playing in this team, even this league, even this competition. He is still a very, very young player, and I almost feel as though you look at Pedri, you look at Ansu Fati, they are overachieving. They are really adapting quicker than we could have ever expected them to in a Barca shirt. Trincao, he is taking more time, and I do understand that people will want to be critical of him. He did cost 31 million euros after all, and for any player that you bring in for that amount of money, you want to see a return. You want to see somebody going out there and providing quality as soon as they possibly can. But I still feel as though with Trincao, you've got to be a bit patient. You have to give him there a little bit more time, because on the face of it, you could say, yeah, he's made 11 appearances at Barcelona this season, and what exactly has he done? What has he provided there in a lot of games? But you actually look further into those appearances, he may have appeared 11 times, but he's only made 2 single starts. One of them against Ferencváros, another one against Dynamo Kyiv. Against Ferencváros, he was absolutely brilliant on that right-hand side. And when you put all those appearances together, it equates there to just 315 minutes of action, which is the equivalent of 3.5 full games. 28 minutes per game on average. He needs more time. He needs more time here to acclimatise in a new system, in a completely new environment. And yes, he needs to do better. He needs to step it up. I will accept that, no doubt about it. Trincao, we have to see more. When he gets these chances, like he did last night, he's really got to try and step it up and show us something. And especially to show Ronald Koeman. But let's give him a chance to do that. Let's give him here a fair enough opportunity and a fair enough amount of time to show what he can do. Because trust me, at Braga, he was outstanding. He was absolutely brilliant. One of the brightest young attacking talents in the world of football. We want to see that now in a Barca shirt. And I still hold out hope that will come. So that there, guys, is some further reaction from yesterday's victory, and like I say, it is always nice when we can come back here and show some positivity and encouragement here heading into the weekend. But just like I said yesterday in the match review, the big work now is transferring this feeling and transferring this form into the league season. That continues on Sunday against Osasuna, and prior to that game, of course, there'll be plenty of build-up coming up for you guys. Thank you indeed for watching, and thank you for supporting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll be back soon with plenty more to come. Better signs from Barcelona. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça!